If you're ADHD, autistic, or otherwise neurodivergent, a new meta-analysis has just confirmed something that should have been in every clinical guidebook for the past 20 years. Researchers reviewed 30 studies covering 5,000 total people and found 80% of people with ADHD have significant differences in how they process sensory information. Touch, sound, taste, smell, movement, vision, all of it. And this matters because current ADHD clinical guidelines don't mention sensory processing at all. Which means millions of people are being assessed and treated without being asked the simplest questions about the very things that make up their experience of existence. The sensory experiences that make some environments completely unbearable are exactly the same ones that make some things so satisfying. For example, if there's too many escalators, my brain goes to pieces. I don't like dealing with all the completely chaotic, random, unpredictable ways that people are moving and the sensory experiences of using those escalators. As a result, I get completely overwhelmed by the meaningless complexity and go like a cat on a wet tin roof. But it's the same nervous system that loves walking through the woods with my daughter. Same equipment, same calibration, different experience. Because one has a system beneath it, and the other one doesn't. And then there's Raygun magazine, David Carson's publication from the 90s. He designed off the grid and broke every rule of typography. They changed fonts mid-sentence, rotated text, changed an entire interview of Bryan Adams to dingbats because he found it boring. Most people look at the pages and saw chaos. I dissolved into it completely though, because beneath the noise, there's a grammar. Carson was breaking the rules deliberately and consistently, and once my brain systemized that and found the patterns, reading it became a series of dopamine events. What the research is starting to show is that the neurodivergent brain isn't overwhelmed by complexity, but overwhelmed by meaningless complexity. That complexity and underlying system, be that radical typography or a beautiful river that runs through the woods, and suddenly your brain doesn't just cope, it thrives. The same nervous system that finds a shopping mall at Christmas completely unbearable is the same one that finds a dappled light through the leaves in the forest absolutely extraordinary. And at that point we think of it as less of a disorder, more of the dial just set differently. Hey, I'm Mike Baggs, your friendly neighbourhood neuroscientist, and this is why we love patterns. What sensory environment completely absorbs you? For me, stinking hot bath on a freezing cold day. Let me know in the comments.